Hi everybody, and welcome back to another video. We've had a very cold week this last week. The snow has been on the ground for well, exactly a week this evening, and this is Saturday, and it's been sub-zero for the last 4 days. That's around about 100 hours of sub-zero temperatures. The lowest we've had in that period is -7. That's according to the forecast and what we were expected to see. I don't actually record temperatures here because my thermometer that recorded temperatures, highs and lows, packed up and I haven't replaced it yet. So we experienced such cold temperatures because the ground still has so much snow on it. And it's the length of that spell, the 100 hours of sub-zero temperatures, that really concerns me, because that enables the sub-zero temperatures to really penetrate right into the center of the palms and other exotic plants that I've got here. So let's take a look and see how things are looking. I've mentioned before on my videos that the way I'm pointing the camera now is south, and that way is north. So what that means is these plants here are facing south, and they have had some sun. The sun just about makes it over the house. We go downhill, the garden slopes down, so they have had some sun, and for that reason there's hardly any snow there. There's lots of Trachycarpus fortunii in the garden. This is a good example of a nice one. And they've been covered in snow for a long time now, but I don't know if you caught it then. It is starting to thaw. You can see some drips forming, and that, you know, in a couple of hours I think that should have thawed out, hopefully. We're not actually expected to see any more, anything less than -1 from now on for the foreseeable future. So the bamboo, that looks a bit tatty. I think it received a bit of mechanical damage. You can see some of the culms sort of led down. So I'll fix that when the weather picks up. More Trachycarpus. That bamboo looks really good. Monkey puzzle is unaffected. That's hardy down to very low temperatures, and no concerns over that whatsoever. This bamboo is actually, as far as I'm concerned, the same bamboo as that. But this one always seems to droop and get, fall over, and just doesn't grow as well as that, as not as upright as that, unfortunately. There's a waggy here underneath the fatsia, which is also looking a bit droopy, a bit of a droopy area here. But the fatsia will perk up, I believe. And then that's about it. Another Trachycarpus there. In the raised bed, we've got this Trachycarpus now, and the Wollemi pine. Now these are tall enough that they do receive sunlight, even in the winter. So again, they've thawed out quite nicely. The Musabajdu, I mean, that was gone before. From memory, it was quite solid still until I think this point. And it still feels solid, but that's because it's frozen. It's frozen solid. So that will now die back right to ground level, and we won't see that again until probably May time, I would say. This cordyline was also already looking damaged from the November cold that we had. So just the central few leaves were looking okay, but as you can see, they're brown. So this isn't gonna survive above ground level. It will die back to the soil level and will resprout, probably with several shoots, as that one over there did a couple of years ago. What happens when you get frozen temperatures for so long, you get some really interesting ice forming. That's quite cool. And I've got some small Trachycarpus here. Now I think these will be okay. I'm not really expecting too much damage. They don't look particularly good now, but I think they will be fine. The pots are properly frozen solid. There's no, I can't squeeze that pot whatsoever. It's frozen all the way. We've got some evidence of the greenhouse thawing up now as well. And I'll just show you inside there quickly, if I can get in. Does anyone else have this problem getting into the greenhouse? There's a little channel here which freezes up and prevents the door from sliding. And I think it's actually thawed enough now. I can just push it out. Look, push out a big. There we go. And look in the greenhouse. Now, where's my thermometer? Can't see. I've got some Robolemi there. Not sure how many of these will make it. I think some of them will, but not all of them. Pink China here. Now this greenhouse, you can see I can squeeze out. It's not frozen solid. This greenhouse is protected with a heat cable. I can feel it's much nicer in here. So I'm looking for a thermometer to see the temperature, but I can't. I've got that much packed in here. I can't actually see it, but it does feel warmer in there. Washingtonia robusta. Some of those will be damaged as well, I think, but not all of them. Sometimes it's actually not a bad thing to have a cold snap, because it gets rid of the weaker plants, just leaves you with the stronger ones. Those cord lines will be fine back there. The Braha Amata here in the middle should be fine, although I've not, for some reason, I've not actually put a cable around that this year. So I think in all previous years it has had a cable around the trunk and central spear, so perhaps I shouldn't be so confident about that. I've got the Boutia that I bought in autumn, I think in September. I've got that back there as well. A few Joubert back in the corner, which will be fine. They don't have any heat going to them at all. And some Phoenix as well, some Canary Island date palms down there. They should be fine. They have got heat cables going around them. So we've been hit pretty hard, and the snow will still be here for a few days, because I think we've got to wait until Monday before temperatures rise above 1 or 2 degrees. But at least the nighttime temperatures will be much higher than they have been. I say we got down to -7, I think, on 3 consecutive nights. And when the temperature doesn't rise above 0 during the day, during that spell as well, it really does concern me. As you'll have seen as I've walked around the garden, I don't have anything particularly tender out, apart from probably the Musa Basjou, but the plan with that is that it dies down every year and comes back in spring. The cord lines are a concern. I've got a few more dotted about as well. You can't see them because they were cut back to ground level a couple of years ago. You can maybe see one in the back there. Used to tower way up there, and there's another one in that droopy section over there as well. They should be fine because they're quite sheltered in there now. So that's about it for me. Just wanted to give you a quick update, and hopefully everything will recover and we'll get some warm weather, and that'll be the last serious cold that we have of the year. It's obviously only the middle of January, so can't say that with any certainty. I'm not saying it with certainty. I mean, I'm just hoping that we don't see any more, but there's every chance that we could. Right, well, thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are.